Hello to my subscribers, welcome to my channel Love It or More. Again, my apologies for June's lack of readings for the zodiac signs. So instead, as promised, here is a pick a card reading. And the idea, if you've not done this before, is you pick a crystal that you are most drawn to. I pre-shuffled the cards and we have 3 different sections, and whichever crystal you most feel drawn to, go into the description box below and click on the timestamp of whichever one you want. So this is number 1, which is Citrine. Okay. Number 2 is Turquoise. Number 3 is Amethyst. All right. So I will do the sound bowl for about 20 seconds just to tune in to help you. If not, just go straight ahead to your message. And this, I'm titling this, What You Need to Know Right Now. Okay, so 20 seconds of the sound bowl. If you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. All right, we're going to begin with the Citrine. Pop these 2 to the side. Okay. Let me move that out of the way, actually. Okay, so for those who chose Citrine, let's see what your cards say. We have No Place Like Home. A fiery climax approaches. Happiness. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, be held. And then we have a major arcana, which is the Empress. And then we have, wow, 8 of Wands and the Fool, clarifying the Empress. Okay, there's a lot happening in at the moment for you. We will be clarifying further, obviously, but No Place Like Home, it feels like there's a sense of belonging, a sense of kind of feeling that you're needing to, it feels like venture towards your sense of seclusion, your refuge at the moment. So the rest, retreat, and be held suggests that you are needing to kind of nurture yourself at home, spend a little bit of time being kind to yourself, loving yourself, because of this fiery climax approaches. The beauty of this is that even if you have been away from home and you want to return home, there is a yearning for a kind of healing, rejuvenation, and that's the thing that's going to bring your happiness up. But it feels like this fiery approach, this fiery climax is kind of all the pent up stress and turmoil you've been feeling when you haven't felt like you've belonged. So when we say No Place Like Home, it is really to talk with where your heart is at. Okay, so it may not be specifically physical home, but it's where your sense of belonging is. And it wouldn't turn up unless you didn't have some sort of connection. You felt a bit of discord, a bit of disconnection somewhere, which is causing perhaps a bit of anxiety, a bit of stress, and it could very well be that your home is all over the place in terms of perhaps you're going through refurbishments, or perhaps you are kind of between homes right now, or on temporary accommodation, or staying with other people. But it's really talking about where you are feeling most safe and nurtured and comforted to be able to have that rest that you need, that retreat, that replenishment. And that's the thing that's going to obviously give you the happiness. Okay, that's the thing that you really need to nurture. It feels like you have been through quite a fiery climax over there with that full moon in Aries. I mean, it is a fire sign. Full moon is a full manifestation, full completion. It reaches the climax of a particular situation, and all you want to do is you want to kind of curl up in a ball, okay, and be rejuvenated by your loved ones, by your sense of home, your sense of family, even if that's your soul tribe. You want to be replenished with that. And the beauty of it is we've got the Empress and the Eight of Wands, the Four. So we have an amazing new beginning for you. The Empress is that unconditional love, that divine feminine energy. She's holding the wheat by her heart over there, you see. So she births all things into creation, and the more she births, the more she has to birth. Okay, there is never a limit on it. She's got so much to give, and it comes with this outpouring of love, creativity, communication, and wanting to kind of create a new paradigm shift for themselves. Also with the divine feminine, she likes to be in her she likes to be surrounded by, because I'm reminded of the god Venus, she likes to be surrounded by beauty and love constantly, because those are the things that kind of rejuvenate her. So it's a very divine feminine reading for you, where there's a need to go to somewhere in the heart space that makes you feel like home. Now obviously it can be a physical place, it could be a physical home, perhaps it's a person where you feel most drawn to, most connected to, but there's a lot of love here, a lot of nurturing energy, a lot of healing that comes with it. And I feel like what happens as a result of going to that place that makes you feel at home is not only will you get, these two are very connected here, not only will you get the rest and replenishment, that healing that you so need right now, particularly after this fiery climax that's been going on. It's going to put you on a very fast trajectory moving forward, because we've got the Eight of Wands, which is very successful happenings. It's fast and furious, it's exciting, it's perhaps even air travel, traveling somewhere, information backwards and forwards, very exciting and victorious as well. And then we've got the Fool card here, which is all about brand new beginnings. You're setting off on a brand new adventure, a new cycle in your life that you've not experienced before. But it feels like you need to kind of go to the place that feels home. So either that's a physical home in your heart with somebody else, anything where that feels home, so you can kind of top up, fuel up for this grand adventure, because it's going to be very exciting and very happy. But the fiery climax, it's weird. It's like, it feels like that energy is something that perhaps has had in the past, which is why you're feeling like you really need to kind of, you're drawn to be somewhere, you're drawn to a sanctuary, drawn to a place where you can just kind of regroup, refuel, take stock, process it, so you can move out in the world in a new kind of, on a clean slate, with more love behind you, more that kind of comforting energy that you've been showered by, and I feel like that's the thing that's going to set you off in a good place. Now normally the Fool wouldn't turn up if you haven't like had the World card before. So the World happens at the end of the major arcanas, then you have the Fool, which starts at the beginning. It's a 0, which marks a 1. A 0 is it's like an egg. It's like a shape of an egg, birthing something new, okay? So it talks about full potential, full excitement, being childlike. Now, because we've got the Fool and the Empress here as well, with all this divine feminine energy, it could even talk about actually a birth, a new child. And a child could also be representative of a new pet that you take into the home, a new something to love and something to nurture. So it's a brand new beginning. It's very, very exciting. It's happening faster than you realize, and it's filling with loads of not only happiness and joy, but I feel like the fiery climax that you've been through in the past, I feel like the what is approaching, coming up as we enter into this Fool energy with this Empress, is a beautiful energy. As we enter into that, now you're using the fire in your belly, that solar plexus energy that's connected to the Citrine, okay? So this is the solar plexus where, so not only is she holding the wheat by her heart, but she's actually got if you have a look, the wheat, she's holding it in front of her chest, right? Now she is, she comes from a place of the heart, but the wheat is actually straight in front of her solar plexus as well, which is ruled by the citrine crystal over there. So you are really kind of embodying, you're embodying a creativity in yourself, a renewal, a new you, a new paradigm shift. It's really beautiful, but it does feel like you need to go somewhere. It's really, really important that you need to find somewhere where you feel most comforted, most secure, the most safe you can feel, and loved. It's almost like you need to go into your little cocoon, and it's not going to be for very long, but you need to go there to get topped up with all the love, so that you are now filled up, brimmed up, and ready for this new adventure. It's almost reminding me of like a young adult who finishes school and then has their summer holidays, and then goes home for last 2 weeks before they go to university or college, right? It's that kind of energy when you're about to embark on something really spectacular, really exciting, and you need to be topped up with the love and the support all around you. And I feel like you're getting it before you do that. Let's clarify. Obviously, there's a general reading, so I cannot be too specific with this, but I'm just going to clarify these two cards over here because it's quite exciting. Okay, can we clarify the Eight of Wands, please? Clarify the Eight of Wands, please. What's the Eight of Wands all about? Oh, you've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. It's something that you've had your eye on for a long time, and now all of a sudden it's happening much faster than you realize. It's one of those things like when you, what's that one book that I think it's A Pilgrim by Paulo Coelho. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but when he's on his pilgrim, he's on his walk, and he feels like everything he's been waiting, he sees the destination in the distance, but it feels like it's taken such a long time to get there. And his guide sort of talks to him about how it is important to stay with the present moment, to live in the here and now, because when you're projecting too much in the future, it seems to go further and further away from your grasp. So it feels like as you go home, as you're comforted and really kind of rejuvenated by the people who love you and support you, you're the people who get you, the people who've got your back, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, even physically, monetarily, whatever that represents to you. It feels like you've been waiting for this and you've seen this in the distance for so long. And now once you're nurturing yourself and healing yourself through this energy and being topped up, all of a sudden it sort of jumps straight into your reality. Okay, so you've been looking for it, you've been working on it for a while, you've had your eye on the prize for a while, and then all of a sudden it's happening fast, and it's almost too quick. I mean, again, with that citrine crystal, with that solar plexus energy, it's all of a sudden it's just like pouring out of the heart, and it's all happening a lot faster. Can we clarify the Fool card, please? Thank you. The Lovers. Ooh la la. Okay, so this is two things that is happening over here. We've got the Lovers, which obviously could really genuinely connect to a love partner. Okay, I mean, in many ways we've got the Lovers here and we've got the Child there, so it definitely can relate to a brand new love. Okay, and perhaps you've been wanting this and searching for this. I mean, you have a look at this this card over here, the Three of Wands. He's stood in the desert and he's looking into the distance on the there's a mountainscape in the background, and he has been searching the desert. It's desolate, it's dry, abandoned, he's all by himself, and he's been waiting to reach that point, and then all of a sudden it happens really, really quickly before you realize. And what's that saying with love? I know it's a terrible saying, but it's so true, that it always happens when you least expect it, right? And then all of a sudden we've got this action here, all happening from the heart space there. So in some cases it's going to be a brand new love for you. a brand new romantic partner. If you're looking for love. For others of you who are already in connection and you're not having that experience, this is to do with making a choice. And the choice is really about following your passion, because a lover's card is all about passion. It's all about kind of choosing what you desire over what you think that you should do. So really operating from the place of the heart. So if you take anything from this reading, is to try and follow that heart, follow that, allow the heart to be your guiding force right now, because that's the place that firstly needs a bit of the healing and the retreat and the comfort from the Divine Mother. And that's what's going to put you into that space as you top yourself and fill yourself up with that energy. Then you're ready to embark on this brand new beginning, be it in love or be it in choosing a passion. Let's just see if there's anything else for the Fool. Anything else for the Fool, please? Oh, thank you. Oh, we've got the Three of Swords over there. So we've got some heartache here. And I feel like that's the thing that, yeah, that's the thing that's about the choice. Sorry, I've got the goosebump confirmation there. So it's about, you see, with the Fool card, he takes a leap of faith into the unknown. And the other expression, I'm just being reminded about all these expressions. If you jump, the net will appear. Okay, so if you take that leap of faith, what you can do is you take that leap of faith into your passion, whether that is representative of a place to go to, whether it's representative of a new love, a new job, whatever that passion represents to you. That's where you need that leap of faith, because that leap of faith is knowing that even though you've experienced difficult times in the past, with that fire energy and things reaching a climax, it's caused heartache. And it's heartache to the degree that it's affected you in the sense of like it has limited the decisions that you make in your life, because you're basing every decision right now on experiences that you've had in the past. But the trick here is, even though we might experience certain patterns of behavior in our lives, we will never experience the same lesson again. Not exactly the same. So there is a bit of concern here, whether you're a bit worried to take that leap of faith because you're worried about being burnt. Okay, you're worried about the heartache because you know what it feels like to be in pain, in heartache. Okay, to the degree where it moved from your chest, from your heart space, and into the head space that is now informing your decisions further. But it's basically saying, well, what do you choose? You can either choose to stay in the past with this heartache, or you can choose to follow your passion. And that's what the Fool really represents. The Fool is enthusiastic. He's a child. It doesn't mean to say he's a complete novice. He's experienced many cycles of the hero's journey in his life, and he's arrived at this next stage where he has closed up shop from the last cycle, and now he's ready to embark. But before he does, he knows that it's so important to get topped up and get refueled with a love, okay? With your connections, with your closest connections, any place that feels like home to you, okay? And then you're able to embark on a brand new beginning. It's a clean slate. So it's really your choice whether you decide to take the past with you. You've already learned all you need to learn from that past lesson. So you've graduated from that. But again, it's that choice of like, it might be a little bit scary because we don't know what's on the other side of that mountain. But the Fool promises excitement. The Fool promises adventure. The Fool promises a brand new paradigm shift, okay? If you follow your passion. And all of this into this Empress and the heart space is very promising and very powerful. And it does feel that if you are able to take that leap of faith, it feels to me like by following your passion, you will be transmuting that heartache from the past. So that's all I have for you, group number 1. I hope that resonated. If it did, please do like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye. Group number 2, those who chose the turquoise. Let's see what your cards are. See what your messages are, what you need to know right now. We have building blocks. 28 reduces to a 10. We have balanced spirituality with practicality. We have standstill. See where this is going. And we have awakening. Okay, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Then our major arcana, we have the call card, which is actually the judgment card. And then we have justice and the 3 of wands. Okay. So group number two, definitely, I mean, we've got a lot of turquoise going on here as well. I don't know if you can really see those colors clearly. But turquoise really rules the throat chakra, how you speak, how you communicate. It also is about creativity, but mostly it's about how you verbalize, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others. Okay, so it could be an element where there may be a bit of a blockage that you need to have a look at. Now we got building blocks over here, which building blocks and standstill, basically, and this card as well, it all is basically screaming to me that you are in the process of something. You are in the midst of something. You are at the moment, I don't want to say it feels heavy, although this is a pretty heavy card over here. You're going through a bit of a process. And what the process is building a new way for the future. So you're finding ways to manage your life, both in a very kind of practical level and a spiritual level, obviously, right? But it's like, I feel like it's kind of, you're doing a lot of groundwork at the moment, and it's tricky. So this is really kind of making me think of Dark Night of the Soul. If any of you are familiar with that expression, it's basically when you have a spiritual awakening, after that euphoric period of time that can last from anything from weeks to months, you fall into an element of sort of despair, deep night of the soul, which basically puts you in a perspective of looking at your life, looking at your own behaviors, looking at what's surrounding you, and realizing, oh God, this does not resonate with me, this does not align with my true expression. And then you start to reevaluate every person in your life, all the things that you do, and it can even lead to the point of having a total identity crisis. Okay, so it's kind of reminding me a little bit of that, but there's a dark night of the soul can last actually for a couple of years. For me, it lasted about 5 or 6 months, although perhaps I had kind of splurts of it after sort of dissipated. Now, so you are in a very tricky situation at the moment, but I have really, really good news for you. Okay, you are rising up. Okay, so in one side of things, it's almost like you've got 1 foot in old energy, 1 foot in new energy. The past, the way things happened in the past, the way society was, the way conventions was, the way work and lifestyle was, you've got one foot there, and you've got the other foot in this new unknown territory, which almost sounds very exciting. And it almost feels to me as well like on a planetary scale, almost feels like this push-pull against like the planet of Saturn, which rules hard work and systems and structure, and Uranus, which was all about freedom and branching out. So I feel like you really are in the midst of this. It's almost like you dead center between this tug of war between these two pulling energies. But what you're actually doing, the good news here is you are actually evolving at a really fast pace. Now it seems to you at the moment that not much is happening, okay, with that standstill card. Now the standstill card is quite an emotional card, okay? It feels very, very heavy. It's almost very emotional, and you feel like nothing is actually happening. But this card promises that the stalk deep within the swamps, deep down below, you have loads of microorganisms. There are things at work, things are at play, things are building up again, like that building blocks, it's building up beneath the surface. You don't see it yet, okay? So it can be very easy to fall into the trap of feeling like you're in the stagnant water and that you can't really move forward. But actually what you're doing is you're on that balancing act, okay? You are kind of trying to you're just trying to get your balance between this kind of old stuff and the new stuff. And as you do so, what you're actually doing is you building for the future. In amidst all of that, you've got this awakening here. So you probably, whether you realize it or not, you'll be receiving downloads, okay? You'll be receiving light codes, upgrades. Perhaps you even feel weird sensations like head tingling or extreme headaches that are not like a normal headache, or anything like that, where it feels like you are kind of out of your, you could be even feeling from one moment you feel quite in despair, and suddenly the next moment you feel like something profound is happening, but you can't quite put your finger on it, okay? What is actually happening is you're waking up to the new you, and as you're doing so, you're working out, okay, well, I need to find my balance in this. I need to trust in the process, trust that things are happening beneath the surface, and really take care about how you speak. For some reason, that's really coming through strong. It's Words have, everything has vibration, but words have a very strong vibration, not only in the sound vibration of it, but in the breath work of it. Any words you say are very extremely potent right now. So it'd be very important for you to be very mindful, not only of how you speak to others, how you speak about others, and how you speak to yourself, and how you speak about yourself. Whatever words you are saying at this point in this very kind of tricksy, because it feels like nothing is happening, but actually loads is happening at a very higher level, okay? So that's what you kind of, that's where you might be feeling a little bit stuck in a rut, but actually so much is happening. It's just you're not seeing it come out in your reality just yet. Now, it feels to me like your words are extremely, extremely important right now. So maybe you're involved in some sort of public speaking, or you have some sort of job or position which requires you to use your voice in some ways. Now, obviously, it can be in communication, like writing, like if you're writing a book or something, but I do feel like it's more about the resonance of sound, and also like a sound bowl would be very helpful for you. That would be really healing for you, sound therapy. Now, we've got the Cool card with the Justice and 3 of Wands. So again, we have this balance, okay? The Cool card is a Judgment card. Now, the Calling card basically says there's two things that are going on. On one aspect, some of you might be needing to make a judgment call on something. Perhaps it's a legal matter, something that where fairness needs to be looked at, transparency needs to be revealed. And on other aspects, it could be that the universe is throwing something in your arena for you to have another look at, okay? So the universe can be sometimes sending you the judgment call, okay? The final crux. And this is almost like it's like crossing the threshold. It's like walking through that very narrow, dark path, okay? Where it's the darkest before dawn. And so this is almost like, it feels very testing energy for you, about how to handle yourself in a very just way, in a very fair way, perhaps even with the legal system. But again, it's about finding the balance. So it's incredibly important for you at this time to do anything, try all the tricks in the book to find a way to keep yourself as balanced as possible, because I feel like anything has a potential to flip you over, especially if you're going through the dark night of the soul, flip you from one side to another. And so any sort of grounding work that you can do, grounding meditation, will be also very helpful. Now, there may also be a judgment call coming from a legal situation that you're waiting on, particularly with the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands usually is talking about waiting for something, okay, that you've been working hard on, but you haven't quite seen the results yet. He's building a rope, you see. It may have taken quite a lot of energy to do so, but at the same time, it's a process. Everything's this is all you're in a process now. And so as long as you can remember that, if you can take anything from this reading, take the fact that you're going through a very important, very profound process at the moment. And in a way, it is very testing, but you are having those energetic upgrades, okay? You are finding a new way to integrate into not only the new you, but the new world, okay? Let's clarify. Yeah, because this is highly spiritual, go to justice. Can we clarify justice, please? Now, usually justice doesn't turn up unless there has been an injustice or an unbalance, okay? So that's why it's so absolutely important that you make sure that you do everything that's going to be as balanced and as fair as possible, because if that's what you do, you'll get a really, really positive outcome, okay? Can we clarify justice? Oh, wow. Okay, we'll take, there's a lot there, but we'll take it. Oh, wow. We got the Fool, Three of Cups, Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is also about you kind of taking charge on a brand new way of being, a brand new sort of cycle in your life, okay? And where you were very, very excited about and very sort of joyful and in celebration about this new beginning, and the new beginning feels really like your heart is overflowing with that Ace of Cups over there. All of a sudden, it felt like then there was a total, I want to say breakdown. Why am I saying breakdown? A break to that energy, okay? All of a sudden, either the money situation has gone right down, you're feeling left out in the cold, you're feeling neglected, and all of a sudden that has had a complete change. That puts you into the space of feeling like you're completely trapped and you don't know how to get out of it. But you've been working hard and mastering everything that you can do to find the balance again. So it could even be that all of this is playing out in a very physical way in terms of finance, where you feel like you just don't know how you're going to make ends meet, okay? And things aren't happening fast enough, despite what you do, and there's an element of unfairness to the situation. Because this story here that plays out, it's a very clear story, brand new beginning, getting together, new love, and then all of a sudden we've got challenge, okay? And then which turns into feeling trapped, and then making that decision to kind of, no, I'm going to keep my head down and I'm going to plod away and work at this, which is exactly what the standstill card is kind of about as well. It's like just keep your head down, keep working at it. But for those of you who are feeling it in the financial side of things, know that the Justice card is here, meaning that it is going to come back to balance, okay? That's why it's so important for you to use, where you can, resources of spirituality to and have faith and just trust in the process, because you are in that process at the moment, okay? Let's see what the Three of Wands is for, because you're waiting on something there. Okay, can we clarify the Three of Wands? Cute. King of Swords. Five of Wands. Okay, well, it could be literally that that's why you're still stuck in this process. So even if this story doesn't exactly resonate with you, we've got the King of Swords here now with the Justice, with the Judgment card, okay? So there's no doubt in my mind that you are waiting for some sort of answer from some sort of expert, some sort of government official, some sort of authoritative figure, some higher powers that be. You've been waiting for an answer, waiting for the green light, and maybe you've been waiting for more money, or a clearance, or a mortgage payout, or anything like that. And as times have been so tricky, it's been putting you really in a very unbalanced state and into this feeling like where you're trapped because you can't do anything until you get the green light, blah, 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 right? So all of that has been causing quite a lot of conflict, and it feels like there's a lot more people involved in the situation than just you. So that's why it has taken so long, okay? But I do feel like you're going to get a very positive outcome, okay? Because the Court cards are very positive. Justice card is very, very positive. Three of Wands is very catalytic. Okay, so with that, you are going to get a new way of being. You will get the green light. It will happen, but it's not happening just yet. You're still in the process of it. So it's really a testing time of what your coping mechanisms are, how you handle yourself, how you speak to other people, and how you speak to yourself at this time. That will be the most powerful thing that you can do while you kind of keep your head down and wait for things to unfold, which they will be. Okay, things are happening beneath the surface. You will see it, but you just kind of driving through. You just kind of wading through the mud at the moment. All right. So that's all I've got for you, group number 2. I hope that resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye. Okay, group number 3, those who chose the Amethyst. Let's see what you need to know right now. Okay, we've got milk and honey. Very nice. Take time to breathe out. Oh, we got pleasure. And the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Good lordy, these are 3 very different messages from the different crystals. My goodness. Okay, your major arcana is a magician, very powerful master manifester. Oh my god, look at this. Knight of Coins and the 9 of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. So group number 3. Jeez Louise, it's happening for you. So you are being absolutely blessed at this time. We've got the land of milk and honey. Milk and honey is everything that's joyful and harmonious and equal exchange and loving and really enjoying the delicacies, indulging oneself, okay? We've got pleasure and take time to breathe out. So maybe you're even in a point where things are just, it feels like things are just like, it's almost like, okay, so human beings are actually magnificent beings, and they are creators. They are part of the creator, but they create their life. Most people do it unconsciously, and a few people do it very consciously, working with the elements, working with understanding and knowing themselves at a deeper level, and and when you reach that level of joy, for those people who are unconscious, when they reach a level of joy and love, things seem to fall into their lap. Things seem to flow. It's like if you've ever seen someone who's in love, nothing phases him. Nothing can bring them down, okay? Because they are exuding the energy of pure, unconditional love, that everything naturally just flows in towards them. This, however, feels to me like you have kind of graduated in a certain spiritual sense, because you are now receiving so many blessings and you're starting to understand how to work with the energies around you, okay? So not only do we have total indulgences here with the milk and honey and the pleasure card, so pleasures are going to be coming more into your life, but we've got take time to breathe out, meaning that this is a blessing now after quite a difficult spell, and it's encouraging you not only have the opportunity to enjoy the finer things in life, but you have the opportunity to rest, to convalesce, to go on holiday, to breathe, to really just be present with the present moment. And you're under that age of light. So I'm really drawn, look at this beautiful card, really drawn to that. You have reached some sort of pinnacle point of a type of mastery to your creations, to the degree of you've been exercising a very conscious aptitude and approach to the people around you, to your physical space, to your work environment, to your family, to your loved ones, to your children. And you're sort of coming into, it's like whenever we manifest something, in density, in 3D, 3 dimensions, there's always a lag, you know, there's a period to wait, and then we think that things aren't happening, and then we get all dull, you know, in indulgence because things aren't happening. But it feels to me like you've been through that, and now you all of a sudden you're being showered with blessings. It's really nice. Now with the Magician, absolutely 100% tells me that you have created this, you have pulled this into your reality, you have mastered all these things, and you have done it by slowly. With the Knight of Coins, he is slow and steady wins race. He has done it by being quite meticulous about just taking care of the smaller details, okay? He's been kind of just plodding along, even though it's been a rough terrain that he's been walking on. He knows that if he plods away and he chips away at that, the stone, he's carving out a brand new lifestyle for himself, because he knows that even if I do a little bit per day, I will eventually reach my goals. So I feel like you've been at this for some time. You've been diligently working on bringing in more joy, more pleasure, more room to breathe into your lifestyle for so long that now all of a sudden, phew, everything's happening. But you absolutely deserve this. Not only that, you're getting wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. So again, usually what happens is this dude gets he's had a bit of a feast, but he usually tends to be a bit of a chubby dude because he's used to having the feast. So we got a lot of indulgence here, which is exciting, which is fun. But you know, make sure that you drink lots of water, and maybe take a walk every so now and again as well, because I'm seeing a lot of consuming, which is lovely. Now what I really like about this, you've been training for this for lifetimes, is that what this means is that in all your previous lives or previous incarnations, if you resonate with that, you have you know how to do this. You absolutely know how to do this, and it's almost as if you've meticulously been plodding away, because you know that natural innate ability is just gonna will come, and it feels like it's coming now. Because you know the rules, you know how the game works, you know how the law of attraction works, you know how what you give in out, you get in. And with the crown chakra here, with that amethyst, it's like this is an overarching kind of energy field that you're in, because it's affecting you in all different ways. It's really nice. All I would say is don't rush with this energy. Really enjoy it. Really kind of bathe in it, okay? I want to clarify the Knight of Coins. Can we clarify the Knight of Coins? Because this is very fluid energy. It's very kind of, not airy fairy, but it's very energetic energy. Okay, I do see a lot of food, don't get me wrong, and obviously a lot of blessings, but this feels it's like everything is just falling in your lap at the moment, which is really nice. Let's go to the Knight of Coins. Can we clarify the Knight of Coins, which would be the Knight of Pentacles for those of you who are interested? This is amazing. I love it. We got the 6 of Wands with the World card. So what this tells me is 100%. It just is, yes. It's. Sorry, I've got goosebumps. It's confirming what I've just said. You have been plodding away in this Magician mastery manifesting energy. It's a 1, so it's all about new beginnings, okay? And you've been creating. You are the master creator, and you have finally been recognized for your efforts with the 6 of Wands. You're being cheered on by either friends and family. Perhaps there's also connecting with work here for you. But if not those, you're definitely 100% being cheered on and celebrated by your spirit guides, okay? Because you're moving now towards the end of that previous cycle where perhaps you were the victim of your life, right? So previously you might have felt this in this victim mentality of things aren't going well, and then you must have recognized at some point, okay, I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm taking charge of where I hold myself in the world, how I speak to other people in the world, what my energy is, and doing all of that hard work slowly, carefully, slow and steadily, and also diligently. Okay. And now you've reached the end of that cycle, and now all of a sudden this is your blessings. These are your rewards that are coming in for all your hard work. Now you can enjoy, and now you can take those lessons into the next cycle. Nine of Cups, can we clarify please? Thank you. Nine of Cups, we have Knight of Pentacles again. So Knight of Pentacles coming up twice for you in so many, in like we've only got two tarot decks. We got the Sun, we've got the Lovers, and we got the Three of Swords. Okay, so I really feel like you've been diligently working on making sense of past heartache. What this is basically telling me, that you are now rising above the past, any of the pain that you have suffered as it relates to your emotional body. Okay, anyone who either betrayed you, or there was a break in a relationship, be that a romantic relationship, friendship, family member, whatever that is, grief even. Okay, you have been diligently working forwards, because we've got the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, we've got it twice. Okay, and slow and steady, slow and steady. So you 100% you deserve this, right? And as you've been doing this, now you've seen the light. You've seen the illumination. You're experiencing all the blessings. The Sun card is the most powerful card in the deck, okay? Talks about abundance, talks about prosperity, talks about joy, having more than enough, which is what the Nine of Cups talks about. And then the Lovers with the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this could be really understanding at a higher, deeper level, the understanding of perhaps if a relationship broke off, you understand that at a deeper level. For others of you, you are now rejuvenating and taking, basically having the courage to follow your passion with the Lovers card, because the Lovers card is also about passion and choices that you make. Okay, and part of the choice here as well is about healing from the past, and basically kind of going, I see you, heartache, I see where I've been hurt in the past, but now that I see that from a whole new level, I choose to put that in the past, because I finished the world there. Okay, that cycle is over, and now I'm walking into a brand new paradigm shift, and you're being blessed with it. It's really lovely, really nice. I would love to get a reading like this. So that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope that it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I would. And yes, if you did like it, please do like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.